I'm going to be performing a couple of scenes from my one-woman show, The Secret Adventures of Fat Woman and Remedial Girl. The story is about an 11-year-old girl, Louise Pang, who's stuck in a family where everybody else is super smart, and her best friend, Brenda Lolly, the fattest girl in school. That's pretty much all you need to know. Hope you enjoy it. My mom was in the kitchen making lunch when me and my friend Brenda came in.
Hey, Mrs. P.
Mrs. P was Brenda's nickname for my mom, short for Mrs. Pang. It always made me laugh inside when I heard it, because it sounded like Mrs. P.
Come eat. Sit here, family.
They knew it was what my mom and everybody else in my house called Brenda. It was Chinese for that fat girl. When Brenda first heard it, she said,
"Why does your mom always call me Faye? She knows my name is Brenda, right?"
Before I could say anything, she grabbed me and said,
"Did your mom give me a Chinese name?"
I told her all about how I had two names, a regular American one for outside people and a Chinese one my mom and dad used at home.
"Wow, I have a Chinese name. That is so cool."
Brenda was happy because she liked nicknames and she thought it meant my mom really liked her. So I just pretended that was what it was. My mom came over with a wok of fried rice and waved it under Brenda's nose.
I better not, Mrs. P. My mom wants me to... Come on! You're not fat, you're healthy! You're a good eater!
Even though my mom was calling Brenda that fat girl all the time, my mom really did like her. Brenda was smart and she could really eat. Those were the two things that made my mom super happy. Brenda would even eat some of the weird Chinese stuff my mom gave her, like chicken feet. She'd do this little dance with the chicken feet before she ate them.
Boop, 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 boop.
My mom would laugh and laugh while she sucked on the fish head. She'd suck it so hard, she'd suck the eyeballs right out. And then my mom would laugh when she saw how scared I was. Sometimes I would have a hard time eating, and my mom would get mad at me. We were lucky to have all this good food. Not like in China, where you have to eat leaves and dirt. Sometimes there aren't even leaves. It's just dirt. You wouldn't want to eat dirt, would you? Then my mom would put even more food on my plate. Brenda was already on her third helping. My mom winked at her like they had a special secret. And Brenda smiled back, her lips all shiny from the fried rice. Brenda would have stayed at my house forever if she could. And my mom would have been happy if she moved in. My mom wouldn't hit her because she accidentally left the car door open a crack and the car died. Or yell at her because she took the cover off the box where my little brother Sammy trapped a baby bird so the baby bird would fly away. Even though Brenda was fat and wouldn't fit in a lot of places, Brenda would fit in at my house because it wasn't a fitting in on the outside. It was a fitting in on the inside. I always wanted to go to Brenda's house because I couldn't get in trouble if my mom and dad didn't see me. Also, there wasn't anybody like my sister Janice over there. Brenda didn't have any brothers and sisters. Sometimes when I was little, I used to wish I could switch with Brenda. Maybe Mrs. Lolly would be happier if she had a skinny kid like me, even if I was Chinese. But one time when I said, "Hi, Mrs. L?" Brenda's mom just frowned. I thought she was going to get mad at me and I'd be grounded, even though she wasn't even my mom. Brenda just turned all red and said, "Let's go to my room. I think Brenda's mom thought I was talking in Chinese or something, even though hi and Mrs. and even L were all American words. After that, I didn't really talk to Brenda's mom, and I didn't think about switching anymore, because that was dumb. You can't really switch. You have to stay with the family you have, even if it turns out to be somebody like Janice or my grandma.
You like me, eh? You like me, Chinese food like the Chinese people. You're not Chinese girl.
You American girl! Even my mom's laugh had an accent when Brenda was around. I never really noticed it to around outside people, like at the grocery store when the checkout guy gave her the wrong change and she shouted,
7 cents! You give me the 7 cents!
like a switch got turned on. One time, when I was in the first grade, my teacher, Mrs. Grady, held up a card with yellow banana on it and said, Louise, what does B stand for? Everybody was watching me, but I couldn't even look at the picture, even though I knew exactly what it was. My mom bought bananas all the time. Sammy liked them because monkeys ate them, and he wanted to be a monkey when he grew up. Mrs. Grady just kept smiling at me. So finally I said, Banana, and everybody laughed. It was a banana, only my mom always called it a butt-nana. Everybody started calling me Butt-nana instead of Louise, except for when Mrs. Grady was around, because she'd get mad at them. And then they kept calling me Butt-nana, and also pinching me because they got in trouble. This was before Brenda was my friend, so I was all alone. But then Brenda became my friend. We didn't play on the playground, because Brenda couldn't get up on the monkey bars, even if the teacher helped her. We made up our own games instead, like pretending to be detectives, or a little princess and her best friend, or orphans. Brenda said I was her bosom friend, and she was mine. And I was happy, because I never had one of those before. They never had any kind of friend. Brenda was laughing with my mom, even though Brenda probably didn't know what my mom was saying exactly. Brenda never made fun of my mom's accent. She just pretended she understood. Brenda was my best friend, so I never called her Fei Nui. I always called her Brenda, or Bren, which was a nickname she gave herself. I scooped the rest of my fried rice on her plate when my mom wasn't looking, and Brenda finished it off. Then we went to Marjorie's room to discuss the secret project. This book Brenda's writing about a glamorous superheroine who still manages to look good even when she's fighting evil. Okay, guys, that's that scene.